My name is Marie Jones, and I'm going to give you some information about slavery that has been growing, and I have some really interesting facts to share with you. Slavery was abolished in the 13th Amendment, and I was just going to ask you if you really think slavery has been abolished, because there has been blood-chilling news lately about a slavery that is going on, and it's known as sex trafficking, and I think everyone needs to know that how easy it is to be trafficked, and it's very easy to get lured into and very, very hard to get out. Human trafficking is it's the second largest criminal situation going on today. And slaves, an interesting fact is that slaves that were bought centuries ago were very, 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 very expensive. Their prices usually started at approximately $40,000. Slaves, in the trafficking system today, their prices start at approximately $90. There are more slaves being trafficked today than there were Africans in 4 centuries being seized during the transatlantic slave trade. 300,000 American children are trafficked each year. There are only about 300 beds for the children that are rescued in the United States. Half of the victims that are trafficked are children, starting really, really young. They can be trafficked at any age. Usually they're trafficked about 12, 13, usually is whenever the pimps start looking for them. And 80% of the victims are female. In all the United States, there are 27 million victims that are still being trafficked right now. I'm going to go into detail on some of these facts. The slaves are forced to service for their traffickers. The traffickers, otherwise known as pimps, make an average of $13,000 to $67,000 per victim. On an average, a victim will serve approximately 10 to 15 buyers a night. At the peak of demand, victims will be forced to service 45 buyers a night. At sporting events, just really large events that are going on, there are victims out there being trafficked. A minor sex trafficked victim that is rented out that has been rented out by 5 different buyers for 5 different nights for 5 weeks would be raped by an average of 6,000 buyers. Texas is one of the largest, since it has very large borders. It is traffickers come through with their victims, and it is a gateway for pimps to traffic. I-20 is the largest gateway highway in the United States. There are traffickers that stop at truck stops, and the victims would go out and they will go out and service truckers. Houston, a couple of years ago, Houston had the largest traffic bust. More than 90 victims were rescued in the raid. It is estimated that 1 to 2 million men, women, and children are trafficked each year. Human trafficking is dangerous, very dangerous, and it is, I believe it is overlooked by a whole lot of people. Not everyone understands just how easy it is to be trafficked. Whenever, I can relate to this because whenever I was younger, I was, in a way, trafficked. It was a little bit different. My parents were my traffickers. And I can relate to this because it happened to me whenever I was little. And I want to inform everyone else about how hard it is to get over that emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. It's really hard. And human trafficking is real, and it is growing really fast. The pain and humiliation a victim goes through is unbearable, almost unbearable. It's really hard to get through. So next time you see somebody, just, remember that a smile and a kind word is very important, because you don't know what that person has or is going through at that moment. And I thank you for listening. My references are ghosts that I went through to research is ghostsandangela.com, human trafficking awareness, people being bought and sold, thegospelcoalition.org, 9 things you should know about human trafficking, and www.usccr.gov, human trafficking in Texas. Thank you for listening, and have a good day.